as we all know. But cities are our future.
Yes.
I can maybe start by saying that back in 1950, the balance was about 30% of the people living in our cities, whereas 70% of the population used to live in the rural areas. And by 2050, it will be exactly the opposite. We will see only 30% of the population staying in the rural areas, and as many as 70% of the global population staying in the urban areas in our cities, which of course comes with major challenges, but also major opportunities, and
Yes.
Looking forward to discussing some of those.
Quite much interesting. Now that you've talked about challenges, you've talked about in the years to come, actually, we'll be experiencing 70% of the population of the world maybe living the urban area, and of course maybe 30 living the rural. And so it means that the UN Habitat is also doing something to create a more sustainable environment. But of course, as we mentioned earlier, we understand that this implementation of these SDGs actually has had some recent global disruptions. So if you could maybe share some successful work maybe that has been done by the UN Habitat in promoting the SDGs, but of course you can also mention some of the challenges actually that you guys have been facing.
Indeed, absolutely. As we know, the 2030 Agenda and the 17 SDGs have been a global blueprint for advancing the socio-economic development on the global scale, but also bringing it down to the regional, the national, and more and more importantly also the local level. And this is the issues that we have been focusing on a lot. Of course, we all know that we are lagging behind, that the progress of implementation of the 2030 Agenda is not what we need. One obvious reason is the pandemic that really held us back, and we have seen even regressions in some important areas, including health, education, and eradication of poverty, unfortunately. And of course, all the SDGs are very much interrelated. At UN Habitat, we are the custodians, so to say, of SDG 11 on sustainable cities and communities. And last year, we actually